Welcome back to the Know, Like, and Trust podcast series, my friends. My name is Russ Simon. I'm with Rebecca Snedegar today from Transcendent Muscle Therapy. She is my massage therapist. She's my wife's massage therapist. She's the massage therapist that I refer my own health and wellness coaching clients to locally here. And so I'm excited to introduce you to her today. And you are going to love this episode. Stick around. She's got some value to add at the end here. So we're going to jump in really quickly, get to know her, get to like her, trust her with that value add. So, Rebecca, what's just something fun, unique, interesting that people like to know about you? Let's get to know you a little bit.
Yeah, I guess the simplest thing, as I usually tell people, is I am a single mom. I've been divorced 5 years. I'm very, very blessed in the fact that I am incredibly amicably divorced. With that being said, I'm actually in between houses at the moment. So I just moved this last weekend, and the place I was moving to isn't quite ready yet. Friends of mine are like finishing their basement for me. So I'm actually staying at my ex-husband's house and his husband's house. So it's pretty great. I'm super grateful. My daughter is having the time of her life. And if you want to know more about that, I did do a podcast with Richard Ostler on Listen, Learn, and Love. It was about 5 years ago. So if you want to know more about how we're so amicably divorced, feel free to listen to that. You'll learn more about it.
Listen, learn, and love. I mean, first of all,
Yep.
three great words to apply. I love that alliteration there. Listen, learn, and love. And
Yeah, it's a great
as
podcast.
yeah, so as a single mom running a business, what is it you like to do in the little bit of free time that you do have?
You said that perfectly. The little bit of free time that I do have, so I run half marathons. I don't want to say it's where I'm like the fastest in the world, but I try and do like two or three a year, just literally just to keep my health up. Like I'm one of those people, I do better if I have something to work towards too. So other than like the gym, I love going on runs just around the neighborhood. I have the neighborhood down so well that I'm like, how many miles do I want to do today? Okay, so I'm going to take this route. So I have the area mapped that well. Super nice. And for fun, growing up, I played a lot of soccer, so I love to go to Real Salt Lake games now. And when I can squeeze it in, I really enjoy pickleball. So I love being active. I love doing sports. It's kind of my thing.
That is awesome. And another one to go with those three L's is another great applicable thing is having something that we're moving towards, right? So in
Yes.
this case, something
Mhm.
we're training for when it comes to health and wellness. So is there something you're training for right now?
Yes, I have two half marathons in October. I've never done two in 1 month before. This will be my first time. So I'm doing the St. George half, and then I will do Emigration Canyon for the haunted half in October. So I'll have the first week and then the third week of October. So fingers crossed that won't be too much for me. Like I said, I've never done this much in a month before, but I make sure to get my massages and the stretching, chiropractic work and all that stuff. So we should be okay. But I might be fairly sore in October.
Okay, so like me as a coach, even coaches need coaches, and even massage therapists need massage therapists to help
Yes,
them.
sir.
And
Hmm.
I'll share with our audience the fact that most recently when I came to see you, it was in preparation for doing the Murph Challenge, right? It was my first Murph Challenge of the year I was going to do. And so I went to Rebecca. If you're not familiar with that challenge, it's a mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and then a mile run for time, and you're doing this with a 20-pound vest, weighted jacket, whatever you want to wear on that one. And so she helped me get dialed in and ready for that. And I'll save a little other testimonial in just a moment. But yeah, just as she's got someone, she's my person to be able to do that, helps me to be able to perform to my highest and feel my best, right? And then recover well afterwards as well. And totally pays off, right? So, and that's the thing, it's an investment that we make, right? There's different reasons that people will go to massage therapists. For me, it's not so much that relaxation as much as performance. And I know you can do both, but where I find that you have really shined in my life and my wife's life is on the performance side of things to be able to help out. So let's transition from getting to know you to what is it that you like about massage therapy that you thought, I want to be a massage therapist?
Well, you basically hit on it. How you mentioned more of the performance side. I absolutely can do relaxation. I have clients that fall asleep on my table all the time. So anyone who doesn't believe that I can do that, I promise that I can. But I do. So, very quick story. When I was a missionary once upon a time for the LDS Church, I had a companion who was just very, very, very stressed. And at the time, I didn't like my dad was a massage therapist when I was younger, but he couldn't do it for incredibly long. He got arthritis in his hands, degenerative back problems. So, key things to not be able to continue in the profession. So I knew a little bit of like how to do some things and why it was helpful from him. But I worked on this companion and it was just at first it started off as back scratches just to help calm her down if she was like anxious about something. And then it turned into like just like little shoulder rubs. And then little did I know, almost every night, if not every night, I would write in my journal. She'd sit in front of me in the chair that we had. And then for the rest of the night, I would just give her like 15, 20-minute massages, just like shoulder work, neck work. And this is before I had any sort of training. And I realized in that moment that I wanted to do something in that realm. Of course, at the time, I didn't quite realize it was massage therapy, but I was like, I loved how I was able to help her. And she was really considering, well, before she was my companion, she was debating, like, is this going to be worth it? Can I handle a mission? And she served an amazing mission after that. So I love being able to help people get their lives back, people that have injuries, or in her case, where an experience almost could have gone badly, but she was able to make it a positive one. I had a client once who came in who just wasn't able to have really good range of motion. You know, he was stuck at about right here. I did some good, let me turn myself, you know, he's stuck at about like right here. Couldn't really go above there. And I worked the area and now, you know, he can move his arm all the way up. A lot of the times with our bodies is the muscles get so tight to where we think we have I don't want to, don't know a better way to say this, but like actual problems and really it's just muscle tension. So where it's like, oh, I have carpal tunnel, or oh, like for some reason it is what it is, and I can't raise my arm above a certain moment or a certain spot. And so I'm like, if you just loosen up the muscles and if you know where to go, all of that can be fixed. And a lot of the times when I have people come in and say, oh yeah, I have carpal tunnel, I was like, well, let's double check. And I'll work literally their hands all the way up to their pec minor and subscap. And then they're just like, it doesn't hurt anymore. I'm like, tight muscles can make it seem like we have actual health problems. But when you look at it, tight muscles is kind of a health problem. So if you're able to loosen those guys up and get circulation increased, it can really heal a lot of issues that we can tend to have.
That's where you caught me on those hamstrings. You're like, you need to be stretching those legs more. So I've been working on
Mm-hmm.
it. And to go along with your testimonials on that, that's where you've been able to really help my wife, Hillary, is she's been recovering from frozen shoulder for a couple of years now and went through some significant physical therapy that we felt like got really good range of motion back after that. And then when she came to you, you were able to help even improve that range of motion within one visit. Within one visit, folks, we had significant improvement in range of motion, and not just range of motion, but like comfortability moving within that range of motion. So this is where Rebecca's really good. Again, she can give you that nice, relaxing massage therapy that is therapy as well. And then she can also
Mm-hmm.
help with the performance side, whether again it's that mental game that you're helping somebody with through helping that body mind connection happening, or straight up like going into the muscles, the joints, the tissue to be able to do that. And we have several friends who visit with Rebecca as well, and it's just fun to hear the stories of like how she is able to work them over in the right ways to help their
Yeah.
bodies work in all the right ways, right? So that's a good one. Okay, now I'd love to hear, like you've shared with us why you like doing it, a little bit even about what people like about doing business with you. I'd love to hit that though just a little bit more. What is it? I mean, when there are so many massage therapist options and people to go to, why do people choose you, Rebecca, over somebody else?
Yeah, sure. So I actually just worked on a new client. It was on Saturday. She was actually a massage therapist herself. And when you work with another massage therapist, you're like, okay, am I going to pass the massage therapist test of that we all hold really high standards because we're picky, obviously, because we know body work, we fix people all day long. So she was telling me about how, oh yeah, I love getting massages. I get body work regularly. Um, I just feel like my massage therapist never leave enough time for my neck and shoulders. Is that something you think you can make time for? And I was like, well, we could just start there. And she was like, yes. I don't know why my other therapists don't think to do that, but I try to be as flexible as possible. I don't want to be a massage therapist that has my, as we say, flow and just that's what I'm going to do. I want to be able to do what the client needs. So if someone says, "Hey, my neck and shoulder is really tight and I get headaches." I really want to focus on that. I'm like, "Cool, we're going to start there." Most of the time, in massage therapy, you'll notice how you may hurt here, but the issue actually comes from somewhere else, kind of like carpal tunnel. You may feel it in your hands and arms, but it's actually coming from subscap and pec minor. Like it's the same thing with the neck, but you want to make sure the clients feel heard. So if they say, this is what hurts, you need to hurt, sometimes you do, but you need to work on the area that is tight, that is bothering them. So I love addressing the issues right away. If they say my neck and shoulder hurts, I'm like, cool, we're gonna do that first. Or someone comes in, or like your wife, they came in, she's like, I have frozen shoulders. Like, cool, let's start there. Let's work on the areas that need it. So I think a lot of people really enjoy coming to see me is that I really listen to what they have to say. I try and stay within their comfort with pressure. Sometimes it can be a little uncomfortable because you got to work those areas, but I still try and make sure it's as bearable and as comfortable for them as possible. But I do try to make sure to always address what they talk about and not just be like, well, we'll see how that fits into my flow. The massage isn't about me, it's about the client. And as soon as any health professional can figure that out, the clients will just absolutely love them. And I think that's probably it for me is I went into this to help people, and it's not really helping them if I just make it about what I want to do. Otherwise, I could have gone into something else, but I just love making it about the clients.
Wow, I hadn't even thought about that. I've had a few massages along the way, mostly on the relaxing side of things. I hadn't even thought about that flow. Like they've got probably a system they go through
Hmm.
for so the client have a good experience. And then to think about myself, Hillary, my friends and clients that have come to see you. Yeah, that now that you say it, that is it. You target what they come in for rather than hoping that they fit in your box. So that
Hmm.
is really, really good. And I want people to think right now, like if you're watching, listening right now, and you're like, I think Rebecca might be able to help me. She can. Like just go have that first visit and that first visit, make that investment in yourself, in your health. And when you do that, that's when you get the evidence, right? And you're like, oh my
Absolutely.
gosh, this is working. And if not within that one visit alone, I imagine one, two follow-ups, you are feeling significantly so much better. And one of the things I know that you preach really well is the ongoing like self-care, right? That massage therapy
Hmm.
can bring is not just the reparative side of things, but like how do you keep up? Why don't you just share that message really quick? Because I don't think I would share it
Yeah.
very well.
No, you're good. I mean, but you already kind of understand how that works. So, like, that's part of the reason I actually picked the name of my business is I didn't just want to be like any other massage name out there. I didn't just want to be like, I don't even have a really good idea. But at the end of a massage business, you'll hear something therapy or just like therapeutic massage. And I'm like, that's literally everything. I literally went with the word transcendent because I wanted to help people realize that we can literally transcend their bodies. Like we can help change them into a way that can make them healthy and happy. But like you said, I'm all about the consistency of helping people. If I could have it my way, I would love to have every healthy person come in now so that they never get to a point of even breaking themselves or hurting themselves. I but the thing is, that's really hard to convince people to do is to focus on the preventative side of things. Most people don't do it. They just won't do it for whatever reason. I'm not going to try and figure that part out, but I know part of it, the world's expensive. Who wants to pay for something they don't feel like they need or they don't, I don't know what better word is, but like have a true like belief in whether it's effective or not until they, like you said, they come in and they get the work done. But if it were up to me, I would work on everyone before they hurt themselves because it is so much easier. It's like taking care of a car. You need to get the oil changes, you need to get the tires rotated, you need to make sure you change all of that before anything happens, and then you're stuck on the side of the road. It's significantly easier to do the maintenance on a vehicle than it is to have to call tow truck, wait hours, who knows where you're stuck on the side of the road. And so yes, like you said, I want to make sure people, after I fix them, that they stay fixed. I don't want them to break themselves and have to fix them later. Because if they're incorporating healthy habits such as stretching or going to the gym or making sure that they're eating healthy foods for their bodies and even therapy. Like I go to therapy. That is something that has helped me. I feel like be able to be an effective health professional is to be able to take care of myself in any avenue that I can find. And I go once a month for therapy. It is part of my self-care just to make sure that I'm good to go because you never know what life's going to throw at you. And that is just one thing that I do to take care of this vehicle. It's the only one I'm going to have in my entire life. And that's something I try and tell people too. We are given one body. It is not normal to be in pain. You don't have to be in pain. And if there's avenues to get out of it, why aren't we taking advantage of it? So I love working on my clients. I love fixing them. I'm like, hey, come in once a month so you don't get to the point where you need me. It's like, you need me to keep you healthy, but don't come in to where you're like, I need an appointment today. I need an appointment tomorrow. I was like, I have clients who've already kind of realized the importance of consistency. And so those people fill up my schedule pretty quick now. So I would love to have other people be able to be like, oh, I can see the importance of consistency. So yes, I'm all
Mhm.
about preventative, keeping people where they're at and fixing them and just keeping them steady. Like we all want our vehicles to work. Let's not let them break down.
So true. 2 points that I love you make there. The simplistic and like, why wouldn't I take care of myself even better than I take care of the preventative maintenance on my car,
Mhm.
right? Like that one hits my pocketbook. And so yeah, if I felt it, I don't want that pain. So I learned my lesson and I do it. And that leads towards the other point that I love that you made, which is if you're waking up in pain, that's not normal. If you're going through life in pain, that's not normal. Now, you may not be able to fix all of that. I think there is a significant number of things that you can, though. And that's where, again, if you're listening, if you're watching, book an appointment with Rebecca and try it out. See what she's got for you. She knows her stuff and she'll be able to inform you and educate you and help you become aware as she learns your situation and can either help you or point you in a better direction to be able to do that. Because as you mentioned before, you should be healthy, you should be happy, and if you're in pain, that is going against both the healthy and happy aspects of life. So, gonna put my endorsement in for that one. And again, say just invest in yourself. Don't invest in your car better in the preventative maintenance than you invest in yourself. Just do
Yes.
it. Okay. Now, so we've gotten to know you. We know why you like doing this and why people like doing business with you. Let's move to building trust with the audience. I think we've done a great job of building some trust here, actually. In this segment, though, I really love for our guests to bring in something complimentary so that whether or not someone ever reaches out to you, books an appointment, and comes to see you, they could still live happier and healthier, have a better life because of what you share with them today and that value add. So, Rebecca, what have you got for the audience today?
I think the most simplest one that I like to share with clients when they come in, I mean, people know this, they know it, but I always talk about the importance of posture, the importance of having good posture. Because the amount of people that I have that come in and be like, I get headaches, my neck and shoulders hurt all the time. First off, everyone, 99.9% of the population holds their stress in their neck and shoulders. And half of that is because 90% of the population has terrible posture. So we sit like this. I mean, you probably notice the majority of the time I've been sitting up straight because I have literally taught myself the importance of doing so. And it did take me a minute to get there. Standing, a little bit easier. Sitting, I had to practice it too. But the fact that I tell my clients every day, you have to have good posture, I'm like, I have to practice what I preach. So posture, I will want to say, is part of the good ones. The amount of people that I've been able to help from having migraines, and that's something I love. I love doing. I love fixing people's migraines, headaches, because again, those aren't normal. That's something that we can fix. And if I say about 70% of the time, if people have headaches, it's because they're just tight and things are pulling. And how does that happen? You end up slouching. Everything is being pulled, so your shoulders and your pecs are being shortened. The muscles on your back and your shoulders are being lengthened, and they're not supposed to do that. They're all supposed to be even. So if you just roll your shoulders back, and a lot of people like they just hold like poke out your chest. I'm like, no, you literally just bring up your shoulders, let them drop, and you are straight. Like it doesn't have to be like this like big buff man walking down the stage type thing. You could do that well. But the thing is, we just need to just have that good posture because not only will it help your muscles, it has been scientifically proven. We did a study in massage therapy, excuse me, how having good posture actually just gives you more confidence. I love to point out, so a random thing, I love to watch Grey's Anatomy, and there's Amelia Shepherd, who's a neurosurgeon. And there's this episode where she and one of the residents, they're doing power poses. I can't show you because I'm sitting down, but it's the one where you do like the Superman stand, where you have your arms out to your side and you just stand like this. That is a great way to help you realize, oh, I have good posture in this moment, but also, how powerful do you feel when you do that? You just feel better about yourself and your body's going to feel better because you're standing properly. So just like little things like that that not only help you feel better in the moment, it'll just help you feel better throughout the day. So I love telling people, be like, stand with confidence, and your body will feel it too. Like you'll have better posture, muscles won't be pulling in ways you're not supposed to. And I had this one client that came in once where his posture was terrible. He wore a back brace for like a couple days, but I think he realized I don't really like it. So he took it off, but he just realized the importance, oh, I need to have better posture. His headaches went away after like 2 months of coming in just because he switched his posture. It's literally all he had to do. And so I love to start off with that with clients in general because it's all about the basics, doing things like stretching, again, getting chiropractic work, massage therapy, eating right. And so if we can start there, and posture is one of them, that is just a great way to help people realize, like, listen, let's fix you again before you break yourself. That's the phrase you'll probably hear me use a lot is let's fix you before you break you. And it's just because it's like, again, let's prevent it before we actually have an issue to deal with. And posture is just, I can talk all day about the importance of posture, good shoes, and good shoes is another one. It all starts with your feet too. Do you have good shoes? It really will affect your entire body. We could do a whole other segment about how I feel about shoes, but we'll save that for another time.
I remember you mentioned my shoes the first time I was
Yeah.
in there. I had my Hokas,
Hmm.
and you were like, "Oh, yeah." And you noticed the investment on the shoes and why that was important. So, this is really good for those that are hearing this. I want you to know when I first went into Rebecca, I bought my wife a gift card. So, even if you're thinking, I don't know if I'm going to invest in myself, you know someone, you love someone who may not be willing to invest in themselves, but you're willing to invest in them, right? Interesting is like sometimes we'll do something for someone else that we wouldn't do for ourselves. And
Hmm.
so, who is someone that you could even get a gift card for to come see Rebecca and do both, right? I went in, I had the experience. I was like, I'm definitely getting one of these for Hillary. She just always thinks about everyone before herself. She would have never done it. In fact, she sat on that gift card for a few months, just waiting, waiting, waiting. And eventually she made the decision. I can't remember why, but I don't remember if it was the shoulder. The point is this: you do gift cards as well. And so if someone's not willing to invest in themselves, but they're ready and willing to invest in someone else, they can reach out to you to be able to do that as well. And you got the freebie, the complimentary, which is, hey, go into that power pose, roll those shoulders back, drop them down. So whether you're sitting, standing, relax the muscles in your neck and your shoulders. No, like bring down the headaches. Rebecca's gonna help you do that. And just the confidence. I love the confidence side of things, right? Because again, we want people to be happy and healthy, right? To be able to do that. And that
Yes.
confidence makes a big difference. So your poise in your posture makes a difference. Your shoes, as you mentioned, can make a difference. Where we gotta make some good investments there. And really just invest in yourself. Reach out to Rebecca. I'm gonna give you the information right here as we're wrapping up. I've got her info on my whiteboard here for those that are watching. For those that aren't, let me give that to you. It is 385-645-4676. She is located in Murray, Utah, so right off the I-15 corridor. So no matter where you are, quick, just zip on I-15, go see her, and she is going to change your life for the good. You will be happier. you will be healthier. And you will see that that investment really does have an ROI, a real return on the investment. So, as we wrap up, Rebecca, any final words, like any final thoughts you'd like to share before we just sign off here today?
Just kind of like what you said, just the importance of investing in yourself. I mean, you hear it all the time, especially from moms. People feel guilty about doing it. I really wish that would end because there's a phrase that people like to say a lot about how, you can't, well, let me see here. Well, in the Bible, we hear, not to mean to get religious, but it's a really good example. Just like the Bible about like the 10 virgins and about how they're trying to share the oil in their lamps. You literally can't if yours isn't full. And that's just what it comes down to, is that if you really want to be able to help your loved ones, you have to make sure that you're good to go before that you can help other people around you. And so I just tell people, like, if you want to be the best mom, the best coach, the best friend, like just whatever that ideal human is, there's no better way to do that unless you can show up for yourself, unless you can literally do so. So kind of like what you said, don't make it about you, how your health is. Make it about the people that you love. If you want to be an amazing grandpa and be able to throw them over your shoulders, like, can you do that? Are you going to take care of your body to where you can do that? Do you want to be able to run a half marathon with your kid because it's a goal that they have and they don't want to do it alone? Can you do that? Like, do the things that it takes. Just be able to show up as your best self for the people that you love. Don't even make it about you. Just make it about them. And it's kind of like what you said. Half the time we'll spend gift cards on people that we love. You don't do it for ourselves, but doing it for yourself is actually doing it for the people that you love. So just redirecting on, there's no shame in taking care of yourself. If anything, not that I want to say have shame, but if there's a reason to have it, it's because you're not willing to take care of yourself for your loved ones. So just love yourself enough to know that that's actually loving the people around you. Just we're meant to love ourselves the way we are with our vehicles and any other thing we have to maintain.
And we only get it once, right? We only get one vehicle.
Exactly.
We cannot trade this one in. There is no buying a new one. And so I
Exactly
love
it.
that. And the you are doing it for others when you're doing it for yourself. It's just one of the true things, right? I love leadership as well. You can't lead others
Hmm.
until you learn to lead yourself well, right?
Exactly.
And so
Hmm.
you're doing that. One other, I don't normally do like explicit call to actions, but I feel compelled to
Sure.
do this one. Call to action for us as individuals, for our loved ones, and then you also work really well with athletes, which I think would be a miss today if we didn't mention that. So coaches, parents with athlete children, or you're an athlete yourself, like Rebecca and myself are. When you think about athletes and the care that they take for themselves, this should be part of that proactive maintenance happening. Coaches, let
Absolutely.
coaches know. Yeah,
Yes,
she works with all ages and she can
I
go
do.
collegiate, professional. Yeah, if you have a body, Rebecca has the solutions to help you out.
I do.
So yeah, think
I
about
do.
those people. Oh,
Absolutely.
sorry.
And no, you're good. I'll say just one last thing to add to that is the amount of times that teenagers hurt themselves and then they can't do college sports is is substantial. Like if we were able to teach teenagers at a very young age the importance of stretching after the games and not just a warm up before, or to get massages if they're feeling really tight because things hurt, like the amount of kids that don't have to tear their ACLs or don't like have a shoulder dislocate or do any of these things to where they're like their dreams are crushed. Like this is a way to help prevent. But again, prevent. And are kids resilient? Yes. Do we always need to test that theory? We really don't, especially when it comes to their physical health. So just to affirm what you said, like let's help our kids have the dreams that they want, and let's not have them potentially not happen because their bodies are too tight.
So good. Great way to end. We have hit so many different points of value here to be able to help our audience. So, again, my friends, take action, reach out 385-645-4676. Get booked for yourself, get a gift card for your friends, family members, loved ones. take care of yourself and the people around you. Rebecca, thank you so much for being with us today. And I am
Thanks for having
excited
me.
for people to come your way. They will be healthier, they will be happier, and they will live better. All right, we'll catch you later, my friends.
Thank you so much.